This product made me $600,000 in just 30 days. And no, I didn't do it by making some bullshit dropshipping store. I did it by making a real e-commerce brand. And in this video, I'll show you the exact steps I took from finding the product, to testing it, to fixing the problems, and how you can do the exact same thing by just following along. Let's get into how it all started. Just so you guys know I'm not capping. As you guys see in here, from February 12, March 13, 2025, in just 30 days time, we've done $614,000 in revenue. We're averaging around $20,000 to $25,000 per day. And I'm also not gonna show you guys the product just yet. And I hope you guys understand that I'm actually still making a lot of money from this product. So I'd rather not review it just yet. As you guys can see in here, our first test was like the end of January. Then we really started running the ads end of January, beginning of February. So as you guys can see, we hit our first $13,000 day within 9 days. Have you ever seen that? Like obviously I'm gonna dive into how we found the product in a minute, but I just wanted to show you guys this growth, okay? So you guys know who to listen to. Within 16 days, we already hit our first $25,000 day. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. This is February 16. From day one, look at this growth. What the actual fuck? You guys see this? Within 16 days, we hit our first $25,000 day. And whenever I'm showing this to people, they don't believe me. But as you guys can see, look at this. This growth was just absolutely crazy. From literally end of January to mid February, we're already doing $25,000 per day. And I was posting this on my Instagram and people were like, are you selling dick growing pills or something? What the fuck are you doing? So before we dive into this crazy growth, I want to give a massive shout out to my head coach, Jacob. We are running this brand together, okay? And he actually found this product. So I do have to give the credits to Jacob for finding this product. In this video, I'm going to be describing how he actually found this product. But of course, Jacob used our strategies, which I described in a previous video about product research. But the story is actually pretty funny how we actually found this product. Because this whole brand actually started with one accidental scroll. He was literally scrolling TikTok one night and he saw this video going crazy. Over 500k views. But it had no brand, it had no structure, it was nothing. It was just some random seller with a weak page, which his video just went crazy. So what he did next was check TikTok Shop US. And he saw that it had some traction, but nothing really solid. The UK had a little bit more traction, but also nothing really crazy. So it was already looking like that nobody really took this product that serious. There were no real brands which are actually selling this. So we already immediately knew this could be a winner. So after Jacob sent me that TikTok, next thing we did was check Facebook ad library. The little ads which were being run looked like they were thrown together in just 5 minutes with some shaky stock footage. And I just knew if we build a proper brand around this, we put a real offer to it, and we are actually serious enough to probably execute on this, I knew this opportunity was just a no-brainer. And even when an opportunity like this right in front of you, most people would still not know what steps to take and would end up missing out on life-changing money purely because they make the same mistakes over and over. Most people would have probably kept testing random products instead of just doubling down on the clear winner. Like bro, how many signs do you need? They would delay on ordering inventory purely because they're scared to lose money. Or they would keep using the AliExpress videos or the low effort content which just usually suck. They would have no trust, no brand, just hoping for click. And that's what most people are doing wrong. Once we found a clear winner, we went all in on it. Because the thing is, if you're not doing that, within a week you'll be flooded with copycats and your business will be crushed overnight. Then there's also the group of people who are thinking they're smart and like, let's just scale slowly. But the thing is, you're just giving up your window of opportunity. If you're hesitating, you're just losing. It's very simple. Instead, you need to take control of the moment and just move instantly into the opportunity. Believe me, momentum in e-com just doesn't wait. And hesitation is what really stops your growth. So right away, we created the store and we launched the first ad. And the thing is, on paper, everything should have worked. But the issue was we ran into a big problem. And this is where most people would have given up. Even though we made the site look like a premium brand and we actually launched with a very solid offer, something wasn't working. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna pop right away because bro, everything was just looking good. The content was fire, the offer was clean as fuck, and I had proof people actually wanted the product already. So what we did is we launched the first ad campaign into Facebook with just $100 a day budget, just targeting the US. But the thing was, CPMs were just fucking insane. Like $150 CPM. And the cost per click hit like $6. There was just no way we were gonna make a profit on that. And I was actually genuinely surprised, but I thought because I didn't expect that to happen. So after those crazy bad results in the US, we tried switching to the UK. And the results got actually slightly better. We got lower CPMs and a few sales here and there. But still, it wasn't scalable at all and still something was off. But we didn't quit. Because if I had blamed the product and moved on, I would have missed out on $1 million results that were just a few changes away. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. I looked at the whole funnel and realized it's way too complicated. Too many steps, too many choices. So I just nuked it completely. We removed the bundles, we removed the upsells. We just made it very fucking simple. One product, one clear benefit, one clean offer. So I'll give you the explanation why we actually did it so you understand my thought process behind this. Our offer was very complicated. We had a lot of options, we had different colors, we had different things on our website. You had to select an upsell, no upsell, quantity, you had to do a lot of stuff. Okay, it was way too complicated, it was confusing. You have to think about it like this. If you have a girl with you, you go to the gas station, your girl says she's hungry, she's always hungry. Okay, she wants to get a sandwich. And she goes to the gas station. If there are 10 different sandwiches there, there's a sandwich with bacon, there's a sandwich with egg, there's a sandwich with ham, there's a sandwich with salad, whatever the fuck sandwich they have there. If there's so many options, she cannot choose. She's like, oh, I don't know which sandwich I want. Maybe I want the curry sandwich, or no, maybe I want the egg sandwich. She will be thinking about, oh, which sandwich do I want? If you only have a sandwich butter chicken in there, she will choose the sandwich butter chicken because she's hungry. And it's the same thought process you want to have on your store. If there's only one option, there will be zero doubt, and the customers will just be choosing that option. Think about it. So what we did is that we set the price with a hard 30% discount that actually felt premium and not desperate. And the second we changed the offer, everything flipped. The conversion rate jumped from 8% to 12%. It was crazy. Our cost per clicks just got cut in half, and Facebook finally started to know who to show the ad to. And most people would hit a wall in here because they think they need more products, they need more gimmicks. But 9 out of 10 times it's about clarity. You have to dial in the offer so well that it can slap even with the average creatives. And that's when you know it's a winner. So don't do what most people are doing, which are not tweaking anything whenever the offer is bad. First thing we did is immediately tweak the offer, and then it just went crazy. That's why we're successful, because we pivot fast when something is not working. And that's what you should be learning from. So if you actually want us one-on-one to help you apply these strategies to your own store, click the link in the description to apply for our mentorship. Now let's review where the real strategy began and where everything started to come together. Because we needed to move fast. Because I knew if we're gonna stay at the same pace, there was some other motherfucker who was gonna copy us and do it better than us. I knew this opportunity was great, so I have to go all in on it right away. Because you have to remember, with my earlier stores, I made every mistake you can think of. I scaled way before the offer was even solid. I burned money so fast, ads weren't converting, but I pushed the spend anyway, thinking brute force would just fix it, but it didn't. Because back in the day, I made the same mistake. I found a similar product which also had a lot of opportunity. It had momentum, but I had waited way too long to act. Sales started to dip, pixel data got cold, and the whole thing died out before I even had a shot, and I missed the whole window completely. Okay, and I don't want to make that same mistake again. Like, I can name so many cases where I made so many mistakes. For example, one of the stores, we had winning creators, but I didn't have any creators prepared after that because I got pretty complacent. And the one ad that worked just burned out, and everything I tested was just dying out. Okay, nothing was hit it, and I was scrambling to get more ads while the ROAS just was dipping and dipping. One of my worst examples which I had before, I didn't order enough stock. So here's the playbook I used to make sure that I didn't make the same mistake I did before. With a 12% conversion rate and strong margins of 40 to 50%, we had the green light we needed. So I went all in. So without hesitation, we just doubled the budgets daily. We knew Facebook was able to handle this because the results were just so fucking good. Once you got proof and once you see that something is working, go fucking all in. And as soon as we could, we launched the ads in the rest of the big 5, into Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and we even launched some ads in Europe and Mexico. Each region added fuel to the fire and increased the scale momentum even more. And most people are underestimating how important it is actually to push your volume, because the more and more orders you're getting, the lower your cost of goods gets. We actually got the cost of goods down from $2.50 per piece to 75 cents per piece. And that alone gave us room to outbid everyone on ads and actually still stay profitable. And next thing we did is we added a $10 upsell to increase our average order value, which was nothing that's crazy, nothing that's special, and it was just smart. We actually got a 40% take rate on that upsell. And I mean, you can do the math on that. It added thousands in net margin daily without spending a penny more on ads. From there, it just started to compound more and more. We had better AOV, we had better margins, more cash to test new ads, launch new SKUs, and keep the momentum up. At some point, it was just a snowball, because every move we made before just started to stack up like a snowball and was just rocking downhill. And that's how you should be scaling like a real brand. Even with the right approach to scaling, here's where most people still start to lose it. And that's knowing when to place bulk orders. It is a decision point that most people hesitate on, and it's exactly what separates those who scale from those who wait. We already had traction, we had ads that were converting, the margins were there, and this is when you need to put your foot down the gas. Because I've seen hundreds of guys freeze and lose momentum when it's time to actually commit. They wait for more proof, they wait for more data, they wait for more validation. And in that hesitation, they lose. The signal is literally right there in front of them that the fucking product works, and instead of hitting the fucking gas, they tap the fucking brakes. They don't dare to do a bulk order where their cost of goods go down, and you're out of stock when it matters the most. They don't shoot custom content, so the ads fatigue fast and tank performance down. They're waiting on influencer deals, and a motherfucker like me just fucking outworks them. They skip seeding the creators because they feel like they're not ready for that. And I've made some of these mistakes myself back in the beginning, don't get me wrong. And every time I paid the fucking price. But here's the actual play I made to reach 6 figures with this product. First thing I did is I didn't hesitate. As soon as I saw traction, we placed the biggest stock order we could afford. Next, I got a full content shoot done with a proper studio, proper lighting, lifestyle footage. I wasn't gonna rely on some photos from my supplier or some AI photos like everyone else. Don't get me wrong, AI photos are pretty good, but we wanted to have our own custom content that was actually real. And at the same time, we were lining up our influencers already, which we wanted to make content with, and we made contracts with them. Some of them even had 600,000 followers. And when you do this right, it can really move the needle, believe me. Not just posting, but actually driving traffic and sales to your product. We started to seed all of these creators and send them out free products just to get a content flywheel in. Okay, so we got more and more creators coming in just because we're sending out these products for free, and we had so many influencers and UGC creators we were contacting every single day. Okay, because we knew at this moment, if we want to be scaling hard, we need more creators, we need more new, unique creatives, okay? Obviously, we're using content from our competitors before, but now we want to get our own content flywheel going to keep scaling. We actually even got featured on a US TV show. I'm not gonna name which one it is, but basically for free. It was free exposure. We actually got authority boosted a lot because of that as well. And most people, when they will be in our shoes, they will be worrying about what might be happening instead of focusing what you can make happen. And I play to win. That's the fucking difference. So you're probably thinking, what should I take away from this to scale my own stores? First of all, don't give up. Most people test the product, see high cost per clicks, and think it's dead. They move on to the next product. But 99% of the times, the product isn't the problem. It's how you've positioned it. Your funnel, your offer, your content, it's just all bad. You have to iterate fast. If your ads are not hitting, check, okay, which metric is very bad? Is the cost per click bad? Is the CPM too high? Is your website not converting? Check what can I change to the website. Because I've seen so many cases with my own brands or even with students where the first test didn't work right away, but we made a couple of tweaks to the offer, changed the product page, changed the ads, bang, profitable. That's why you don't just launch and pray. You want to be iterating and pivoting fast. When our first test didn't work out, I didn't quit. I stripped the whole funnel back to just one product, one price, one offer. I made it clean, simple, and clear. And that one move I made right there moved our conversion rate from 8% all the way to 12%. And suddenly the ads were profitable. Facebook saw the data and rewarded us with lower CPMs. And it started to snowball because when I saw that it was working, I still kept moving on fast and keep doing the next thing in order for us to scale. And I'm not gonna lie, we scaled this shit like it was no tomorrow. We doubled the budgets daily. We ordered inventory so fucking early. Even if you see something is working fast, you see a very high margin, like don't hold back, like don't be scared, because scared money doesn't make money. You don't get rich by betting like a bitch. Go fucking all in if it works. Fuck it. It would be very illogical for a normal person who would have never in my shoes done what I've done. Okay, I maxed out my credit cards, I borrowed money, I did everything I could to buy more stock because I saw the results were good. And another thing is that we even started to lock in influencers before the product took off because we knew where it could go and that we had to move fast when the results were there. Okay, we built the systems instead of just running on hope. And that's the difference between hoping you will scale and actually scaling. So if you think about getting started in e-commerce, you're testing a product right now, stop overcomplicating everything. Just tighten your offer, get clean creatives, validate your traction, and once you have it, don't hold back and go all in. And for everyone who's probably asking right now, how is the brand doing right now? Just being transparent to you guys, we had some legal issues with the brand. We had some DMCAs, there was some patent issue with the product. So we're fixing that right now. The product actually is still doing well. We had to hold back a little bit on scaling because we had some legal issues. And that's one lesson for us as well, that if you scale this fast, you have to check all the backend as well. And that's not what we did properly. Okay, we learned that from this case study. So once we got all of these backend issues fixed, we're gonna scale the product back up to $100,000 per day. But the scale of this product was crazy fast. There was no doubt about it. $614,000 in just 30 days. So within 16 days, we went to $25,000 per day. I've never seen that before. It was crazy. So hopefully, I assume so, you actually learned something out of this case study and will be applying it to your own store. If you actually want the complete setup and the personalized one-on-one guidance, make sure to join the Winner Circle coaching program. Because inside, we got so many students who are literally crushing it. Raul made $18,000 in one single day, or Dalik, who literally went from a refugee to over $250,000 per month. Inside our Winner Circle, we only have winners and we only want winners in there. Link is in the description if you want to apply. See you inside the Winner Circle. Thanks guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Ciao.